Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, a different approach to the fight against drugs. Hundreds taking the streets in Bradenton this evening for International Overdose Awareness Day. Many in the crowd walking in remembrance of lives lost due to an overdose. ABC 7's Rick Adams brings us some of the highlights of this event.
Well, hundreds of folks did attend this event, a lot of them with a personal connection to this issue, and many of them carrying a sign like this. The turnout was huge for International Overdose Awareness Day in Bradenton. Many of the folks participating knows of someone who has lost their life because of a drug overdose or has been through an overdose themselves. Christy is someone who has overcome drug addiction and is helping out with an organization called COPE International. She and many others felt a need to participate.
It's everybody just working in the right direction of correcting this problem that we have that are wrecking so many people's lives.
Tracy Longinus runs the His Girls Discipleship Recovery Program. She and others from her group were walking for a young female who died far too young.
It's heartbreaking, it's horrifying. These are people that are hurting.
Participants walked many blocks up and down 14th Street West, holding signs and remembering the many lives lost from drug overdoses. The Suncoast Harm Reduction Project helped organize this event. They were handing out free Narcan kits to help do their part.
For Manatee County to have this many overdose deaths and to literally be #1 per capita in the state, it's kind of unacceptable, and we want to change that.
The word's getting out there that, we need to recognize this as a problem and hopefully get rid of the stigma involved with substance abuse and substance use disorders.
Royce felt it was important to share this walk with his son. Several years ago, he had a brother-in-law that died from this.
We're trying to raise awareness for trying to prevent future deaths and overdoses.
And organizers say this is the third year they've done this event, and they do plan on doing this event again next year. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. The South Florida Museum in Bradenton is officially taking responsibility in the death of Snooty the manatee. The museum released a report following an extensive review that shows staff members knew a panel in Snooty's aquarium was loose. That was a full week before he died. According to the report, staff had observed issues with the door but failed to make the necessary repairs before the accident happened.
The breakdowns, which were communication, reporting, and there was some action, but there wasn't complete follow-through. And we have now changed all that in terms of building in new cross-training staff, building new procedures and a new reporting system that has redundancies to build that safety net so it does not happen again.
A spokeswoman for the museum confirmed that Marilyn Margold, the aquarium's director when Snooty died, no longer works for the museum. However, they did not confirm if that is related to Snooty's death. And now we're going to head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who has your first alert forecast. Bob.
Thanks, Haley. We continue to watch Harvey. The remnants thereof, for the most part, continue to cause problems, flooding, and also tornadoes earlier this evening with this particular feeder band as it makes its way off to the northeast. It's moving a fairly good clip now, so we don't expect an intense flood problem, but still, it is causing problems throughout this region into Tennessee and now approaching into Kentucky. Some pretty heavy rainfall near Nashville. We had some big storms near Memphis earlier. Low pressure area still well to the south and had some tornadic activity just about 4 hours ago into western portions of Alabama. You can see flood watches in the light green, the darker green indicating flood warnings taking place from Memphis all the way into central Tennessee tonight, so it's still having an impact. We're getting back to some rain, more moisture coming back into play. That's going to be the story too over the upcoming days. Showers and storms will be a little bit more prevalent. We can see that activity still continuing tonight, well inland away from the coastline. We don't anticipate much rainfall near the coast. There could be 1 or 2 showers as a result of the outflow boundaries, which continue to work off to the west now. But as far as this storminess goes, it should be coming to an end fairly quickly. Most of the rain today well inland. You can see we had nearly an inch or just over an inch in places near Wauchula, and also a little lesser amounts down to the south. Well, this is the next big story, but we have a long time to watch it. And this is the latest on Irma. Irma is a major hurricane still at this hour. You notice it's moving a little bit more north in latitude. That's a good sign. We'll have the forecast path and track of where Irma may be headed down the road coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Texans are still stranded from Harvey's devastation. The flooding there has knocked out the local clean water supply in some areas and damaged countless homes. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us the relief efforts that are still in full gear.
The flooding in Beaumont, Texas, now so overwhelming, this and every other shelter evacuated.
I can bring my backpack, right?
Families who came in with so little rushed out with even less. Nearby, 200 patients evacuated from this hospital. And in homes, people still stranded with the water in some parts of East Texas rising. The Coast Guard hammering through this roof to free a family from their attic. Rescue after rescue from the air.
It's time to go.
And by boat.
I never thought it would happen to me. It always happens to somebody else, but never to you. And now it is.
Farther west in Crosby, Texas, officials downplaying concerns at this flooded chemical plant, even though they believe more fires there are inevitable. 30 miles away in Houston, this house in flames.
We're about a hose short right now.
Firefighters diving into the floodwater just to get to the hydrant. But in other communities, the water finally receding, enough for people to return home.
I'm speechless. I mean, it's just devastating.
The cleanup just starting in Rockport, too. Vice President Mike Pence pitching in there where Hurricane Harvey first hit. Help coming in from across the country for people who have lost everything and those whose lives are now being saved.
It didn't matter what race, religion we all come together in unity.
And a part of that unity, even though this area was so hard hit, shelters here in Houston are now taking in all of the people evacuated from those shelters in Beaumont. FEMA says they are still working out their plan for longer-term housing. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Houston.
So tough to watch, but today is the ABC Day of Caring, partnering with the American Red Cross. We are encouraging you to give in any way that you possibly can to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey, and that might be different for everyone. The American Red Cross says monetary donations are much better than clothing or food donations, as it is hard to get those supplies to Texas, especially right now.
67,000 homes have been damaged. So these are homes that a lot of these families are not going to be able to go back to and live in for weeks and months to come. They're going to need a place to find shelter in. They're going to need a hot meal. They're going to need some comfort.
The American Red Cross has seen a lot of generosity from our Suncoast community. Donations are coming in so quickly that they haven't even had a chance to total how much money was raised yet. But that does not mean that you shouldn't donate if you want to do so. The easiest way to do that is to go to the Red Cross website. You can also mail or drop off a check at any chapter of the American Red Cross. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officers are continuing to help with disaster response efforts in the Houston area. FWC officers have rescued more than 500 Texans since arriving in the area after being deployed by Governor Scott. Nearly 125 FWC officers are continuing these ongoing search and rescue missions. As you saw in Beaumont, it is a day-to-day situation there that is very busy. FWC has more than 40 boats, 17 high water vehicles, 2 mobile command centers, and 8 shallow draft vessels in Texas. In addition, more than 400 volunteers with Volunteer Florida have been deployed to Texas and Louisiana. Volunteer Florida is also coordinating with Kellogg's, which has donated 200 trucks of food items to give to areas in need. Fantastic. A Parrish married couple has been arrested on multiple child pornography charges. Detectives started investigating Ryan Myers and his wife Alethea Myers in mid-June and seized electronic devices from their home today after executing a search warrant. Both are facing sexual performance by a child charges, and Ryan has also been charged with 1 count of transmission of child pornography. Additional charges are pending as the investigation continues. A group opposed to the new Florida law regarding the death penalty protested in the streets of Sarasota today. Predator Patrol rallied outside of the Sarasota County Courthouse. They don't agree with the Florida Supreme Court decision to have juries vote unanimously in order to impose the death penalty on a convicted murderer. This could give murderers new sentencing trials. Today's protest was for a new sentencing hearing for Joseph Smith. That hearing was actually postponed. The group says they were there to speak on behalf of Smith's victim, Carly Bruscia, who no longer has a voice.
I just feel like I get that they changed the law and that's for future perpetrators, but I feel like he's been on death row for how many years now, and he was sentenced to that for a reason, and he's now getting off because they decided to change the law, 10 plus years later.
Smith was originally given the death penalty for the rape and murder of 11-year-old Carly Bruscia. But in July, the Florida Supreme Court ruled that Joseph Smith will get a new sentencing trial because that was not a unanimous recommendation from the jury. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, Hurricane Harvey driving up gas prices in Florida, what we can expect with Labor Day weekend ahead. And job seekers, you are wanted to fill the crucial need for bus drivers in Manatee County.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, Bob, you're wearing pink tonight because you had the kickoff for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk coming up October 28th.
That's right, and it looks like things are looking pretty good right now. They got a lot of teams together. There was a good turnout tonight at the Ritz, and it was very nice. And my wife, one of the speakers, just going through there. Yeah, she did a great job there, and hopefully raise a lot of money. I was, actually recruited to be Real Men Wear Pink again this year too. So you'll be seeing that on my Facebook post.
Well, I wish you could see Bob's socks.
Yeah, maybe I'll show them.
Yeah, you show
I do have a picture of them.
Show them later,
I got a picture of them,
or just lift your foot.
We are looking. I want to show you some pictures of some great sunsets tonight. This is actually looking to the east, the towering cumulonimbus there. We had a lot of inland storms. This one coming from Nokomis, Terry Adams looking off toward the east. This one toward the west. Again, always getting some good shots in there, and that should say Art Conforti. I don't know if it does, okay. And then this is another one. Fred Seeger always looking sharp on this one. Appreciate those shots from Casey Key. Spectacular sunset right there. Van Wezel webcam. Pretty calm out there in the waters today. It'll be the similar conditions again tomorrow. Some high cirrus clouds moving in from the basically southwest to northeast, and it caused for a nice sunset. Well, not a nice sunset tonight over parts of the Tennessee Valley. Big storms there blowing up over the northern portions of Alabama tonight, and still some reports of some rough weather there going on, and even some flooding problems throughout Tennessee and the southern portions of Kentucky. Well, a lot of rainfall still at this hour. A little unusual to see it still hanging out at this time, but it's still fairly significant. One lone shower just south and west of Venice right now. That could clip that area. I mentioned the heavier rainfall near Orlando, Interstate 4, tough driving near Disney, and Winter Haven also getting some big storms. What's happening is that this trough axis left behind from, again, Harvey is pushing off to the east as Harvey moves to the northeast. That's bumped this ridge of high pressure that was right over the top of us to the east of the state, and that means we're going to see an increased moisture availability for showers and storms over the upcoming days. Now, the heat index, I wanted to show you this just at this hour at 93. At one point today, it was 106. That's what it felt like right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. It was hot out there, and the lack of storms around the coast kept things very warm even at this hour. And the dew point temperature is extremely high at 80 degrees. 90 was the high right at the average, 78 the low this morning, a few degrees above it, and 20.97 inches of rainfall. That's where we'll end the month. It looks like with very heavy rain earlier this week. 82 in Orlando, 85 now in Miami, and 86 in Key West. Temperatures warm all across the peninsula. Although Arcadia had some rain nearby at 78 there. Northport, you're at 81. Venice, 86 at this hour. And the Gulf water temperature now at 88 degrees. The forecast for Friday, still calling for highs into the upper 80s to low 90s. Now, there will be some scattered showers and storms a little closer to the coast tomorrow. So keep that in mind. A better chance of rain comes on Saturday as we see more of a convergence set up. But we'll see scattered storms throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow, and then a little bit more activity on Saturday. Well, this is still a major hurricane as of 11 o'clock. The advisory just came out from the National Hurricane Center. It's moving to the west-northwest at 12. And some things have changed a little bit in the forecast thinking as far as that goes. It's going to continue on this west-northwesterly course, take a little bit of a dip to the southwest. And then at the end of it, you can see this is the Leeward Islands here. It starts to bend a little bit more to the northwest. Now, that's a good sign. There's still a lot that can happen over the upcoming week, next week. But if we see more of a turn to the northwest, it'll be much better for the United States. If it follows along on the, again, the European forecast model, then it's not as good, but we'll have to wait and see. There's no real threat to the United States at this point, and there may not ever be. We just have to watch and wait when this system moves on. You can see all the forecast models are starting to shift more to the northwest there at the end, at least the GFS, which is the United States model. For boaters, looks like this tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southeast, turning to the west. It shouldn't be too bad out there. Tides right there, 3:35 in the morning. The next low tide, high tide coming in the after the sun rises. Partly cloudy skies, isolated shower or two still possible, 78 for low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. The rain chance increasing somewhat, 40%, and then the extended forecast, better chances for showers and storms on Saturday, drops back to 40% on Monday, and Tuesday back to 50%. Well, didn't get a chance to go fishing because of Harvey and all the stuff that was going on, but Lewis did earlier this week. Lewis Hagney, 19-inch flounder. Nice hat, Lewis, and nice flounder as well. Point of Rocks doing some spear fishing there, and Brett Whalen from Walt's Fish Mark catching some nice pompano. I'm sure it's on their menu with Diana Page, or Lady Di as they call her, and Beach Fishing Adventures. This one, a nice snook. Now, snook season opens up in just about just less than an hour, and it goes through November 30th. Mike was out there with his son Connor. A nice photo you see, and Coach Steve Herrick, he was out there teaching him how to catch those snook. And those were both within the slot of 22 to 33. And again, that was a very nice catch. You can't keep them right now, though. We have a big thing coming up, the William Mote Memorial Teach a Kid Fishing and Ecology Clinic. That'll be Saturday, September 23rd. You need to go to their website to sign up. And the ages for this are 5 through 16. $10 admission includes lunch, and you get a rod and reel and some great advice from some of the captains that will be there, as well as folks from Mote Marine to teach the kids how to be good stewards of the waterways and fishing. So that's always a good clinic. And then that's all part of the Snook Shindig that takes place in October. So lots going on. as we head into October.
Yeah, and tomorrow, if they would have caught those snook tomorrow, they could have kept them.
That's right.
All right, but that's a great deal on that fishing clinic.
Sure
$10 lunch and your rod and reel.
Yeah.
Great deal. All right, thank you, Bob. Gas prices are the highest they've been all year, with the national average for a gallon of unleaded gasoline at $2.45. That's not far from the Florida average, which is $2.41. After Harvey came ashore in Texas, gas prices have increased 10 cents in Florida. AAA officials say you should expect gas prices to rise another 5 to 10 cents in the near future due to tightened access to the supply levels in the Gulf and anticipated high gas demand during Labor Day weekend. A representative for AAA says Labor Day prices at the pump this year will be the highest since 2014. After months of searching, Manatee County area transit officials are still in need of more than a dozen drivers. The effort has been an ongoing effort since May. 16 more operators are still needed to fully staff the bus operations workforce. All new bus operators are required to complete operations and safety training. That can take up to 10 weeks. For more information, you can call 941-749-7116 or see the link on mysuncoast.com to apply online for one of those positions. The court ruled today that Orlando State Attorney Aramis Ayala showed a misunderstanding of Florida law by not considering use of the death penalty on a case-by-case basis. Governor Scott has taken more than 25 murder cases from Ayala and reassigned them to a different prosecutor after she said that her office would no longer seek the death penalty. Scott's communications director released a statement today on the case saying, until State Attorney Ayala fully recants her statement that she will not seek the death penalty in any case, and the governor is convinced that crime victims will be prosecuted and justice will be served, our office does not plan to return any of the 29 cases that are being prosecuted by State Attorney Brad King. State Attorney Ayala needs to make it clear that her office will seek the death penalty as outlined in Florida law. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Take a look at this for both our sake.
Listen, ladies, no. He's a good kid, good listener. He keeps his room clean. Yeah. He's had all his shots. All right.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess?
You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Now, sports.
Game 3 between the Rangers and Astros at the Trop. The series moved because of Hurricane Harvey, and the best part, all proceeds are going to storm relief. At the bottom of the first, with George Springer on first, no outs, Nick Martinez strikes out Alex Bregman, and Brett Nicholas attempts the pickoff throw to second. Bregman is called out for batter interference. That ends up leading to Stros manager A.J. Hinch being tossed. Then Rangers are the first one on the board with one, but that lead is short-lived. Later on, at the bottom of the 8th, 2 on, 2 out. Derek Fisher grounds one down the third base line. It's fair for a 2 RBI single. I think we're about to see that play right here. But the Rangers just can't bring it around. Maybe a different play. These highlights are a little off, but the Astros go on to take the win. The final score, 5-1. I had a chance to attend a few innings of that game before I came into work today. Fantastic effort by the Rays organization for hosting both of those teams and then donating those proceeds. Fun time had by all. We'll be right back.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number, or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
So we talked about Bob's crazy socks.
That's
and
right.
He's going to show us. See, as promised.
There it is. Real men wear pink.
Dave, we got to get a shot.
Yeah, I won that.
Okay, so that was the close-up shot.
Here it is right here. See that?
Showing
Those
the
are nice. The first time
And you got those because you raised the most money,
Last
right?
year, Real
Yeah.
Men Wear Pink, yes, absolutely. A lot of big businessmen are in it this year, so we hope to raise a lot of money for Making Strides, which takes place October 28th.
Fantastic cause, and thinking about Susan as, you know, one of our inspirations for that cause. So have a wonderful evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC 7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC 7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.